Moving beyond the conventional narratives of a failing hegemon, we must ask, is de-dollarization a sign of American weakness, or is it the ultimate geopolitical gambit? For nearly a century, the US dollar has been the undisputed king of the global board. It is the language of international trade and the primary bedrock of American power. But in 2026, the structural shifts are undeniable. The massive expansion of the BRICS Plus bloc now, including energy giants like Saudi Arabia and the UAE, has created a new economic gravity. We see China and Russia actively liquidating dollar reserves and settling massive commodity deals in local currencies. From Southeast Asia to South America, developing nations are seeking an exit strategy to avoid what they term the weaponization of the greenback. But is the king being dethroned, or is the king changing the game? There is a provocative argument that the current shift isn't just an organic market response to sanctions and fiscal policy. Instead, Washington may be strategically allowing, or even encouraging, a managed decline of dollar dominance. To understand why, we look to the Triffin Dilemma. To provide the world's reserve currency, the US must run perpetual trade deficits, effectively hollowing out its own industrial base to maintain global liquidity. By easing its grip on exorbitant privilege, the US could theoretically reindustrialize, slash its deficit, and force allies to share the burden of global economic policing. Historical parallels support this deep-level strategy. In the early 20th century, the British Empire navigated a slow transition from the sterling to the dollar. While painful, it allowed Britain to maintain a seat at the head of the table, far longer than its raw output would have dictated. By outsourcing the risks and costs of global reserve status, the US moves from being the world's utility provider, which is expensive and thankless, to being the world's premium gateway. This allows Washington to focus on a high-walled garden of trusted allies using a hyper-efficient digital dollar, leaving competitors to navigate the volatility of unproven alternatives. De-dollarization is often framed as a doomsday scenario, but in the halls of power, the goal isn't just to keep the dollar on top. It's to ensure that whatever system comes next, the United States remains its most indispensable architect. In this grand game of geopolitical chess, sometimes you have to sacrifice a piece to win the match.